My name is Daniel Robinson. I attend AC Flora, and I'm planning to major in geology at College of Charleston.
Good job.
When the lights and camera turn off, I will be here. When the interest and conversation fade, I will be here. When there's no one around, a father will do anything it takes to be there for his son, to protect his family.
David.
Where's everybody?
9 infant months.
Without these special people behind me, I wouldn't have a search.
This is the way seatbelt lock, so you know, shoot it up.
Hello, everyone. Dave Rawson here. Just wanted to tell you, first of all, thank you so much for being here. I'm the father of geologist Daniel Cornelius Robinson. My son Daniel went missing on June 23rd, 2021. This is Warriors of the Missing. I'm here to not only fight for my son, but also do everything I can to try to help many other Americans across the country, rather than sharing stories, bringing awareness to writing legislation like the Daniel Robinson's Law, running for U.S. Congress to make some changes when it comes to finding our missing loved ones, give law enforcement tools and as well as families power when it comes to finding our loved ones. So welcome, and thank you so much for joining in. I want to first start off by saying, everyone who's in the chat session, thank you so much. I'm going to put you on the screen so you all can be seen here. I also just wanted to say, go in the chat session and want to thank you, Running Bear, for being here. Thank you so much for your prayers. I truly appreciate you. You say I prayed that during the search for Nancy that they will find Daniel and others. God, you and others searching. But I want to say, my prayers go to you and your family. I believe you say while you're searching for Nancy, and definitely if she's missing, I know exactly what it's like. So definitely prayers there, Running Bear. Also, I have Tracy. Thanks so much, Tracy, for being here. Good evening to you. Mary Ellen, thanks so much for being here. Haya, thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for your prayers as well. And again, Running Bell, thank you so much. To say, Mr. Robinson, have you and other searchers used drones during your searches? I wish that I lived near because I help search. Thank you so much. Yes, we did. We used utilized drones and helicopters. Also had a fixed wing aircraft in Daniel's search, and that's just talking about my searches. Law enforcement, they had a helicopter and as well as a fixed wing aircraft search. Excuse me. As for drones, I would like to have had some of the specialized drones out there, but I wasn't able to do it as much as I would like to, especially during the earlier part when Daniel vehicle first showed up. The specialized drones would have made a bit difference when it comes to impressions on the ground. There's some technologies out there that can assist of locating things like that. Also, I want to thank you, Mary Ellen, for being here again. Thanks so much. I truly appreciate it. Everyone who's supporting, and again, everybody who's on the Instagram side of things. Mr. James Beloved, thanks so much for being here. Siri, thanks so much for being here. Sharp Whispers, thanks so much for being here. Brenda, Isaac, and Stephanie, thanks so much for being here. I truly appreciate you all on the Instagram side. Tonight, I wanted to give you a brush up on my son's case at the same time, like I did the last week. But tonight is something a little different. I have a family who is looking for their daughter, and her name is Ashley Marie Wims. And I tell you guys, their family has been looking for her. She went missing out in LA, and it's very important that we put her story out there. The goal is to have her family on with me on this live stream, and I hope you all can join in, just like you did for my family, did for me, to get flyers out. They would be able to share that with you. They would be able to share some of the information I will be sharing tonight in terms of how you can reach out to law enforcement if you have a tip. And so in the meantime, I will play a clip from the News Nation. I hope you all watch it and get all the information you can about this case. And she's been missing out of California, so Los Angeles, California. And so what I need is you all to definitely listen to the story. I'm going to play the News Nation clip and get all the information you can from the parents and share her story. Like I said, just like you did for my family, it's really important. You already know that the first, the time is the essence. Time is the essence. Everyone that can do their part. I always like to use that analogy. If someone was going down Sun Valley Parkway, the road is outside the Sonoran Desert where my son went missing, and they happened to be riding down the road on June the 23rd of 2021 in a U-Haul truck or in their car because they're going to the airport because they're moving out of a Surprise. It was just north of the area where Daniel went missing, and they just come down Sun Valley Parkway south to get to the interstate to go to Sky Harbor Airport, right, or leave town. And they happened to pass by 1 o'clock that day, and they saw something. Saw Daniel. They saw something that was really weird or strange to them. But they were so much in a hurry to get to the airport that they kind of just let it skip their mind. But then they received a flyer, or they watched the live stream, or they heard one of you talking about Daniel's story on your platform, and now they live in Little Whistler, Georgia. And in Little Whistler, Georgia, they saw the flyer, or they heard from your page. You put a post up about Daniel Robinson, and then it jogged their memory about something. So It could be just like that. It could be just like that. So what I'm saying is I'm going to play the clip. And I hope you all can please take all the information you can from that and, and help the family out. Again, the goal is to have the family on sometime this coming week. And, they'll be gladly to share the story again. And so you all can definitely it can help the family as well, because I know exactly what they're going through. So, again, thank you, everyone, for being here. Julian, thank you so much for being here. It's great to see you as well. I really appreciate you being here. Salvador, thank you so much, and for being here as well. And so, again, thank you all for being here. But what I want to do is go ahead and put in that from News Nation, a clip from News Nation. And again, I hope you all can get all the information you can about the story, and please share. Please share. Sharing is always the biggest part of this thing, sharing and, bringing awareness. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for paying attention.
Units to search an abandoned elementary school. Now to this week's featured case, a family in Georgia on a mission to find their 28-year-old daughter, Ashley Marie Williams, who is missing in Los Angeles. They last heard from her in a text asking for money on August 29th. But Ashley never accepted the funds, and they have heard nothing since. Very unusual for their daughter, who was in constant contact with her family. Her parents have flown out to California, walking the streets of LA, pleading for help.
Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday.
I cut her umbilical cord. I was the first to hold her. I just want my baby back. I just want it back.
Ashley Williams was in touch with her dad every day. Sometimes it was a call, sometimes a text, but a day didn't go by without some sort of connection to her dad and to other family members.
Hey, Brandon, it's your cousin Ashley here. You remember that one time you tried to kick Flip off of the bench and you ended up popping your kneecap?
Ashley grew up in Ohio. In 2022, her dad got a job transfer to Georgia. Ashley had been assaulted, a crime that scared her. With her family moving south, she decided to move to Los Angeles, one of the farthest places away from her imprisoned attacker.
She came to California because of an assault. She was assaulted in Cleveland, fearing that her attacker was going to get out of prison and come looking for her.
At 28, Ashley worked some retail and braided hair on the side. She was hoping to become a teacher.
She was learning Mandarin. She wanted to teach English as a second language to Asian children. So that's why I suspect, according to what I'm hearing, that there's a large Asian population in Pomona.
On August 29th, Ashley texted her dad to send her money. He sent it, but she never accepted it. And that's the last time her parents heard from her.
The whole time that Ashley had been out here in California, there have not been a day that she have not talked to her dad. So immediately after a day of her not accepting the money, her dad starts saying, well, what's going on?
Ashley's parents called the LAPD for a welfare check. Agents went to the place she'd been staying, a room at a house in the 3800 block of Crawford Street, and were told she hadn't been there since July. So Sherry and Dwayne got on a plane and flew to Los Angeles to search for Ashley and find answers themselves. They hired a private detective and went to Ashley's last known address.
These are the parents of Ashley.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Have you seen Ashley?
So, oh my goodness. Oh no, she, so it's been a few months. The police, you called the police to come here, right? Mm-hmm. She hasn't been here in, I want to say about 2.5 months.
A call log from Ashley's phone shows she contacted the Midnight Mission on Skid Row. They went to Skid Row looking for Ashley among the homeless.
Dad started crying at some of the sites out there, because some of the sites we saw, it was just real people down and out. There were
blocks upon blocks upon blocks and blocks of homeless people. And to just imagine that my daughter might have been down there. Had we known, we would have caught the next flight out here.
Ashley have always known that we have always been there for her to support her in whatever way. Financially, we have been. Something that we always try to instill in all of our children, no matter what the situation is, no matter how bad it gets, please come to us. We're here to support, to help, and that's what we've been doing all this time that Ashley been here in LA.
Both Sherry and Dwayne say their faith and their church community keeps them going.
Can't sleep, can't eat. It's difficult to even function. Not knowing there's absolutely positively no way that I could function without faith.
But the pain doesn't stop.
Please come home. Let us help you. You got so many family, so many people that want you back home. That's all we want you. We want you back home safely. You don't have to worry about somebody hurting you. And if anybody, God forbid, but if there's anybody that's holding her, just let her go. Just please let her go. Let her come home.
And with us now, Ashley's parents, Dwayne and Sherry Williams. My heart absolutely breaks for the two of you and what you are going through, not knowing where Ashley is right now. Dwayne, let me start with you. Did you leave Los Angeles with any clearer picture as to what may have happened?
No, I mean, no. I just... No, I just need to know something. I just need to know something. I mean, I just want her back.
Sherry, when you were in Los Angeles and you guys went to Skid Row, you were with my friend Moses Castillo, retired LAPD detective. What clues did you uncover as you searched for Ashley?
Wow, that's a good question. We were hoping to find clues. We were hoping to be able to bring her back home with us, but that was not the case. It's just so heartbreaking. And I know how much it hurts us to have to leave Los Angeles and not have her and not have a clue at all. At all. We just knew where we were going, that was not our daughter. That was not how she was raised. That's not how she lived. So is very, very confusing to us.
What do you both know about the people that she was hanging out with? You went to that home where she was last known to be staying. What did they say about the days and weeks leading up to her disappearance? Dwayne?
Well, the one guy said that she was a loner. Ashley didn't trust a whole lot of people. After the assault in Cleveland, it's like she just retreated within herself. I mean, I didn't think that she would. I didn't think she was going to be out here that long. We supported her, but from what we're hearing is that the one guy said that she looked sad all the time, and she was, she was a loner. The times that I spoke with her, she even said, "Dad, I want to get out more," but she just didn't trust people. She didn't trust people at all. It's just her attacker was part of her friend group. He was engaged to one of her good friends, so no one believed her when she talked about it. So these are people that she's known ever since she's been in the first, second, third grade. Some of these people she's known for that long, and they didn't believe her until the evidence came back, the rape kit came back. Then all of a sudden the story changes. But at that point, the damage had been done. So she's not very trustful of people, not at all.
Yeah, no, something like that fractures your trust. It's hard to get it back. Is there any suspicion that the case from Cleveland could have anything to do with this? Is that perpetrator of the attack still behind bars?
No, he's been released, and in speaking with the detectives in Cleveland, Ohio, he did report. He's mandated to report for, I think, 15 years. So the last report was that he was still in the area, and we're still waiting to hear back just to confirm it, because I guess his parole officer is going to reach out and just confirm that he is where he say he is. But
Sherry, what was Ashley doing in Los Angeles? Was she working? Oh, it looks like Sherry's shot may have frozen. Dwayne, was Ashley working? What was she doing in Los Angeles?
She worked at part-time at Burlington. She worked, I think, I want to say at the Salvation Army, and she also braided hair on the side. We were mostly supplementing her income. Whenever she needed, if she needed money for whatever reason, we sent it to her.
And when she reached out to you and said she was lonely, was she in fear of her safety? Was there anyone that she was concerned about?
She mentioned someone that she was concerned about, a name that we gave the LA detectives. She had sent me a message maybe 2 weeks before that she felt as though it was dangerous. And I was like, sweetheart, why are you there? Leave. I knew that she didn't have her ID, so I sent her money to get the ID, and she was saying that she had to catch so many buses. So my objective was to either fly here, and if I couldn't help her get her ID, I would have just rented the car to drive back.
Yeah. Dwayne, what about her phone? Have law enforcement been helpful in trying to locate her phone devices or any social media?
No.
No, they haven't been helpful, or no, they haven't found anything?
No, because we reported her missing on the 2nd. The first was a holiday. That Friday is the last time I heard from her. So her phone would turn off and turn on like it ran out of power, and like someone charged it and then they would turn it back on. Ironically, the same day they did the welfare check is the same day that her phone turned off for good. And we contacting AT&T and Apple and all these other people, you need to get a police order, and the police are saying it needs to be evidence of some type of crime in order to ping the location of her phone. And there has to be changes. You should not, if someone's missing, you should not have to go through all of that. I paid her phone. Her phone is on my plan. So you mean to tell me that I can't even get that information? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Dwayne, I hate to tell you that so many families of missing people that we talk to experience the same thing that you're going through, and it's just not right. If there's anything that can help bring Ashley home, if it's pinging a tower to find her phone, I'm with you. I think that should be done. Sherry, do you have any theories about what may have happened as you were out there in Los Angeles, walking around Skid Row, talking to people who had last seen Ashley? I mean, what do you think happened?
Me, knowing Ashley and knowing her character, I cannot see her just disappearing off the face of the earth and just not trying to contact us in any way whatsoever. I don't know. I'm wondering if someone have her. That's what I'm thinking, because I just cannot see her not calling us and just disappearing just like that. I was hoping that we will have a better communication with LAPD, of them calling us, informing us, what's going on. I think ever since we filed the missing report, we may have talked to them. The person who is on her case, maybe 2 to 3 times in the whole time. And that's the part that is heartbreaking. And I understand, as we were showed when we met them face to face, that was set down in front of us was a book of cases, which I thought was kind of heartbreaking. We're talking about our daughter case, and you're telling us that you have all these other cases to cover. What comfort was that for us to know if our daughter case is going to be covered or not? I understand every second matters. And that's what we were crying out, yelling out. What are you guys doing? If someone do have her, what now?
Yeah. Wow, that's frustrating. Dwayne, do you all have plans to go back out there? I know you're working with Moses Castillo. What's the next step?
Oh, we're definitely going back out there. We're going back out there. We're going to keep going back there and keep going back there. We're going to find something. My daughter's not going to be another statistic. She's not going to be that. We're going to find her. We're going to get some information. We're definitely going back out there.
Finally, we're looking at images of Ashley on the screen. What else stands out about her that people should be looking for? Any characteristics? And if you both could say something to Ashley right now so that she could hear you, what would you say? Dwayne, I'll start with you.
Sweetheart, please, I cannot. Please contact me. Please send me a message. You send me something. I just send me something, sweetheart. Something. We've been through a lot together. Our family has been through a lot together, and just let me help you. I don't care what it is. Please. And if she's being held, my daughter go. Let her go, please. I pray you have a conscience. Just let her go.
God, I'm so sorry. Sherry, what do you want Ashley to hear?
Ashley, you know how much we love you. You know that. We miss you. My daily prayer is that if someone is holding you against your will, my prayer is that the Lord would give you a way of escape. I want you to know that we are not going to stop looking for you until we find you. Please call us. Anyway, if you can break away, try to escape.
Dwayne and Sherry, again, I am so sorry for the nightmare that you both are living right now. I hope so deeply that Ashley hears and feels your prayers and your loving words, and that if she is being held, that whomever that is does the right thing. And you've got an army of people who want to support and help you all and get the word out. I'd like to have as many people following us and our missing series to keep a lookout for Ashley in Los Angeles so that we can bring her home to you guys safely. Thank you for giving us your time, for sharing Ashley and her story with us. I promise you we will stay on it as well.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
And we would like to thank you. So very much for taking our story, because we had one person that really crushed our heart that would not even cover our story because of, I don't know. So we thank you. And we thank you for the work that you do. And I pray that God continue to bless you to do what you do. because there's so many hurting families out here.
I know
Thank
there
you.
are. Yep, I know there are. Thank you both. We will be in touch as we learn more information. Hang on and hold true to your faith. I know that you both will. It will get you through this, and I hope that Ashley hears and feels your prayers and love. If you have information about the whereabouts of Ashley Marie Williams or any information that can help police track her down, you can contact the Los Angeles Police Department. Also, you can call 911.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I just want to give some backdrop because I did see some of you asked where she went missing out of. She went missing, so I'm going to give you some of the details of the case. Mr. and Mrs. Williams are watching, and I just want to make sure I get this corrected. If peradventure I don't have it, I hope I have all the information right, but this information I received from their Facebook page. And so I will put that on the screen for you all to see. And please, again, like I said, just take in the information, all the information that you can. She went missing out of Los Angeles, Los Angeles Police Department is in charge of her case. Ashley Marie Williams is age 28 when she went missing. A black female with brown eyes. Also, she's 5'6" in height, and she's 150 pounds. Miss Williams was last seen in the 3800 block of Crawford Street on July of 2025. Her friends and families are very concerned. I am concerned. I'm sure you all are concerned as well. If you have seen or heard any information regarding the whereabouts of Ashley, please contact the Los Angeles Police Department at the number you see here, 1-877. That is 527-3247, or you can call 911. Anyone wishing to remain anonymous should also call the Los Angeles Regional Crime Stopper at 1-800-222-8477, or go directly to the website that you see here. I just want to add a little bit of information as well. Ashley, let's see if I can get this back up here. Thank you. Ashley, again, the basic information, 28 years of age at the time that she went missing. Her date of birth is May 2nd. And she's a black female, 5'5" to 5'6", around 120 to 150 pounds. Black hair, brown eyes. You also see that disappearance went missing on August the 27th, 2025. And it says last seen near the 3800 block of Crawford Street. That's South Los Angeles for those who are out in California. Ashley reportedly sent a text message to her family on the day she disappeared. Which was the last contact anyone had with her. After the message, her phone went silent, and she has not been heard from again. She reportedly has tattoos on her wrist, described in some reports as a flower or butterfly. Excuse me. Also, her disappearance is being investigated by the Los Angeles Police Department Missing Persons Unit. Authorities and family members have asked the public for your help locating Ashley. As for now, she has not been located and the case remains open. This is a family and community event of concern. So we all want to make sure that we're doing our part when we're sharing Miss Williams' disappearance. Her disappearance has caused serious concerns for her family and friends who say it is out of character for Ashley to stop communicating. I spoke with her dad today and said he talked to her daughter. He talked to his daughter every day. So you can imagine the pain that he's going through. The mother, every day they hear from their child. So out of character, this is something that she doesn't do. So whenever we hear things from law enforcement, they'll say a person just want to go run off on their own. The parents and the family know a lot better because they deal with their loved one every day. Anyone who have information is encouraged to contact the LAPD Missing Persons Unit. Again, that number is 213-996-1800. That's LAPD 24 hours, 7 days a week, 877-527-3247. Crime Stoppers 800-222-TIPS. We need to bring awareness. Hope, thank you so much for coming on as well. I see you put something on the screen. I'm going to share this. You have some information as well. Yes, thank you so much for putting that out, Ashley. Put it on the screen there for me. And I really appreciate everyone who's joining in to help the Williams family. Like I said, I spoke with them today. We had a conversation, long conversation. And they're some very, very loving people. They really put out their heart to do everything they can to help me, my son, with Daniel's case as well. Banding together. One of the key notes that I wanted to talk about, though, in Ashley's case and in parallel, because there's a lot of parallels we were talking about today in both cases. One of the things is that cell phone ping. I'm going to talk about that real quick. The cell phone ping has been one of the biggest problems when it comes to missing persons case, missing Americans case, I like to say. I still don't have cell phone pings for Daniel's case, right? Despite of what law enforcement say on the police report, we do not have information from any cell phone that would help us locate where Daniel's located. They actually rely on an unreliable app called the Mile IQ app on Daniel's phone to try to use this as data, location data. And so just like the Williams case, Ashley Williams case, law enforcement says, hey, we cannot get cell phone ping data without a warrant. And I could take that a lot farther, because when we went a lot farther, when I say we, it was the senators in Arizona, pull up a meeting with the telecommunication companies, which will also utilize that same language about having a warrant to give out this information on cell phone pings and data that can be used to help locate someone, because it's there all over the phone. The other part is they hide behind privacy policies and retention times. Hey, 30 days, we already destroyed it. 60 days is already destroyed. Privacy policy, our policy is we do not give it out warrants. And if it's a extreme emergency, we want to give certain parts of data based on the severity of the situation. And so I had to hear all of that. So just like I'm really grateful that the Williams family didn't have to go through those details, because it's painful when you have to hear them speak that way. Had individual conversation with T-Mobile Sprint, because my son's phone was through T-Mobile Sprint. But just like Mr. Williams said, the issue I had was the fact that he pays the bill. The bill is under his name, right? That is his data. His daughter was using the phone, meaning that she was an authorized user. She had her phone number that he gave her to use the phone. He pays the bill, et cetera, et cetera. The same thing with Daniel's phone. It was under his sister's account, but he was the authorized user using the phone under her name, basically. So again, you guys, whenever I say this, and every time I'm on this live and I say this right here, you see this phone. Everything that you do on that phone, your pictures, your browser history, what you do on your phone, there's everything. Make the phone calls, you make text messages, send out, whatever you like to do with your phone, all that information and data is yours. Every month you pay this bill, because if you don't pay this bill, your phone service is turned off, right? So when that phone service is turned off, that's because you didn't pay your bill. But you paid your bill regardless of the time you pay the bill. You're paying for a service. The telecommunication company is a service provider, but they have no problem with selling your data to data brokers and things like that. How do you're using your phones? But at the same time, with the same breath, they'll tell you can't have your own data when you need it. Again, when Mr. Williams, like myself, my daughter, on those cell phones and those cell phones under their account, everything that was done on that account belongs to the account owner and holder. And so those are some of the restrictions, and we get it. I'm telling you like this, we let people get phones on our account. We don't want to know who they testing, especially our children. We don't want to be into their business and, let them have their life, their privacy. So I respect privacy. I respect all of this. I respect everything. I respect our rights in the country. At the same time, we can chew gum and walk at the same time. Use common sense, right? In situations where there's a missing loved one, why are data being withheld here in 2026? And it's always a place where you can say, well, we can't give it to you unless a judge sign off of it. And judge not going to sign off of it like they told us in Dan's case, as well as the Williams family. They're not going to do it unless it's a criminal case. You don't know it's a crime until you go look for it, first of all. The second part is when it comes to missing American cases, time is of the essence. I was talking to a lawmaker the other day in my campaign trail, and I was telling them how, when I crafted Daniel Robinson's law, which I'm going to talk about shortly, is the fact that, time is not like the 48 hours. They treat the missing American cases like the first 48 hours, where detectives have 48 hours to get information of a body, a person lying on the ground. They know where this person's at. And to try to find out what happened to this person who was standing in right one spot, it takes about 48 hours before things start, making it harder for law enforcement to find answers for that case. Missing American cases are totally different. If a person is standing right here, right now, and go missing, they're not standing right here, right now. They've been obviously kidnapped or walked off or moved, and they're in a moving fashion. They're moving. So whenever they go missing, things are actually moving. They're actually moving, and when they're moving, they could be start off here in South Carolina, and in 24 hours now they're in LA or Canada or something, or some other place, or Mexico or something. You never know. So what I'm saying is they don't have the first 48 hours. They don't have a second. They don't have a minute. They have time whenever that family did their due diligence. The Williams family, I know they've done exactly what any family would do. Call friends, family, call their phone. Just check. Just do everything they can. Call the landlords. Do everything they can on their part to try to locate their loved one first. And also they know when something is wrong, like Mr. Williams says, is out of character. Then that's when they get confident, they call law enforcement and say, hey, we have a missing person. But then at that point, even so, law enforcement do not have the right to make a determination if you did due diligence or not, or if they're a grown person, they can disappear if they want to, like as if they asked that person if they wanted to go missing. But to go back to the data, it's a problem. It's a problem. Just like Mr. Williams said, it is a problem. It's a problem that we here in 2026 have information. And I can tell you when I was in a meeting with T-Mobile Sprint, for instance, they was talking about privacy and liability. Liability is one of their big concerns with just T-Mobile Sprint, more so. The other ones are saying the same, but they're pretty much hiding behind all policy. All the policies are pretty much the same, and also the retention time is almost the same. And one of the things they were telling us that they were giving all these scenarios, these hypotheticals and things. Well, we give this data. Let's say we give this information to some guy who was looking for his wife, and then we give it to him, and then he go kill his wife or something. They was using wild, outlandish stuff to try to keep from giving the data up, right? And so what helped me was that the senators couldn't come with a solution to this. And so I had to take that with me while in the midst of still going in the desert looking for Daniel, still doing it, coming at night, trying to build awareness for you guys, doing events and everything else. I was also teaching myself, trying to figure out a solution to this problem. And then I came up with a solution to the problem. Then I had to go in and try to figure out how to write a bill, legislation. And so I was able to do that by the time I got back here in South Carolina. I was able to figure all of that out and put it together. And that was the birth of Daniel Robinson's law. Daniel Robinson's law, to help everyone understand that, and is right now in South Carolina hoping to hit the floor soon for a vote. And just like Mr. Williams and Mrs. Williams, I told them today I was hoping they can come also and testify the need for this bill. This bill need to be implemented, not just in South Carolina. I really want to push it in Arizona. Had an issue because I happen to have a D in front of my name. When I say D, I'm running as a Democrat, and it's a Republican. And it's crazy. to even hear that with a legislation. We're so polarized. You don't want to accept anything if it coming from a certain person is something that can help all Americans. But and also I want to push it in Louisiana. But the thing is, what I'm saying is this legislation is birthed exactly what Mr. Williams said, and as you hear the pain in his voice, you hear the pain, you see the pain in both her parents' eyes. They had to go through not being able to get this information, for instance, right? And so that can make this information can make a big difference in Ashley's case. And so the way the bill is written is to, first of all, it shields the telecommunication companies from those liabilities that they are concerned about. The other part is it frees up this data that is held up because of the policies and things when it comes to warrants. And so what it essentially does is the person who owns that account, especially in special cases like Mr. Williams, who's paying that bill, my daughter who's paying that bill. I mean, well, not necessarily paying, but the owner of that account, to be able to get that data without a warrant, right? And the way it's done is but it has to be done through law enforcement. It has to be done through law enforcement. So that eases the concern of the telecommunication companies who say, again, with those hypotheticals about that's why we don't want to be liable, this, that, blah, blah, blah. It's in conjunction with law enforcement. This data don't have to be released if it's not through a person put a missing person report, but it gives the law enforcement the avenue to get it without a warrant, right? Because that data belongs to that consumer. It do not belong to the telecommunication company. It do not belong to that judge, whoever has to sign off on it. It belongs to that person who's paying that bill. So that is your data. That's your account. You have the right to receive those things. Families have the right to, when they put a missing person report, and have a credible reason to call their loved one missing, right? And out of real concern, they went through the whole process of putting in a missing person report. Should get that data, the information from telecommunication companies. So, make a long story, that's essentially where the Daniel Robinson law come in to free up that data. Of course, it's a lot more detailed than that, but I'm just giving you pretty much what it's about, to free up that data from the telecommunications through the fact that those data belongs to the account holder. And so, again, once that happened, they also have a larger, not a 30-day retention time. I would say they have a 12-month retention time, give law enforcement opportunity to pull this data if later needed, so the retention time of information. And the reason why I say that, because these telecommunication companies was telling us as well that the data is gone. Oh, we erased it, 30 days is gone, we don't hold data. That is BS. Everyone know, again, the cell phone, again, I have two cell phones. I have a public one, but I have these two cell phones, right? Let's pretend that this cell phone right here is the phone you're using to take a picture, and then this phone right here is the one that actually is the hard drive where the pictures go inside your phone. So when you take a picture with your phone, the information go on the hard drive in your phone, right? And the files, right? And then you say, I don't like that picture no more. So you go on your phone and you delete that picture that you think is on this file. But actually, you're not deleting the picture at all. You're not deleting anything out your phone. Only thing you deleted was that bridge that connects your phones together. I mean, your phone with your camera with that file, right? So you just, essentially you just destroyed the bridge where they can't connect together, right? And so what happened is, this is why FBI can go in and get things off your old computer and things like that you say you deleted, because the only thing they have to do is create a new bridge to get to data that's still there. So long story, the retention is BS. Once it's there, it's always there. They just need to go in and build a bridge to retrieve it. And so having them to not have the complication of that, they need to hold that retention time at least 12 months, right? And so that's one part of that Daniel Robinson law, to give law enforcement time to be able to get more data as needed. And also, again, just to free up that information that belongs to you is real critical. But I will put the law so everybody can read it, the real details of that, how they actually work. You guys can go in there and look at it and how it fits South Carolina law. But then I have wrote the first version is a federal version, and hopefully I can get one for, again, like I said, Arizona. But this would help in this case. It would have helped in this case for the family to be able to get that detail, because they say the phone came on and then went back off, like someone tried to charge it up or something to that effect. So I really feel for the family. Again, we're going to put the information back on the screen again. If you have any information about Ashley, please, 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 and I'm put it up here for you all to see again. And also, please share this story. I'm going to have the family on, like I said, sometime coming soon. We picking a day that's really convenient for them, so be on the lookout for that. To have them on to talk a little bit more. They can give you more detail about their daughter that they would like to share with y'all to help them. They also have flyers. They also have flyers as well. I'm going to try to see my best to get some myself. So again, we're doing everything we can on our behalf to share with the family. So if you have any other family members that you know that's missing, I want to start on Fridays. If anyone wants to, they can send those to me. Information, please help find Daniel at yahoo.com. Also, you can, I do have some information right here. Thanks so much, T and Wildflower. Oh, okay. I thought you were putting some information up. Thanks so much, T and Wildflower, for moderating for me. I really appreciate you being here. And if anybody have any questions, I can jump on some of the questions before I jump off the live stream. Again, we're going to have the family on, and I want to share more information about Ashley, because we need to find her as soon as possible. I have, okay, thank you, T and Wildflower, for putting this up. And everyone on Instagram. I don't see any questions or any comments on Instagram, but thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Lashika, Lizzie, thank you so much. Chrissy, thanks so much for being here. Morgan, thanks so much. And see Susie, Philip, thanks so much. Smith, thanks so much for being here. Shorty, Red, thanks so much for being here. Everyone, thanks so much for being here. T and Wildflower, I wish cell phone providers would allow users to sign off, give permission for that's another angle at that as well. For close family members or friends to get access to their cell phone data in event of something happening. Yes, that is another option. That's very good. I really like that, T and Wildflower. And that's really, really, really something that is needed. And let's see, I have here again, definitely a family knows the pattern of their loved ones. Prayers for answers in Ashley's case. Yes, we're going to get those answers. I'm telling you guys, all it takes, please share the story. Please share the story. I have, and you could Google her name. You can find the family's Facebook page, share the story, get information out there. Again, I will say this all the time. Share a story a day if you can. I know we're all busy, and I don't even get to do it every day like I would like to. But every chance you get, try to share a missing loved one story out there, because they're our love. They're our family, our American family out there that's missing, and we need to bring them home. And I was just talking on my town hall today, just on the political side of things. I was talking on my town hall today, and someone asked me what my main things I want to do when I get in Congress. And one of those things were, of course, automatically, to find answers to what's happening to our missing Americans. What I can say in this situation is that we already know that the cousins of missing American cases is human trafficking. It is domestic abuse, as well as things like with the 3,000, over 2,000 children that go missing in this country every day. A lot of them are in that ring thing that we just find out when it comes to the Epstein files and all that pedophilia stuff that was going on behind closed doors all across the country. It's not just the United States, but it's a big ring that was going on, and we got to put a stop to it. And the biggest part of putting a stop to it is to find legislation who's willing to get a stop put to it. And so that's the kind of thing that that is very concerning when it comes to what we see happening in our country, happening across the world with our children, the human trafficking. We already know in LA, there's a high human trafficking area. Where Daniel went missing out there in the Sonoran Desert is not only just a high human trafficking area that runs through Phoenix and that area is Buckeye, also a cartel and drug run area through those places. So it's one of the things that we always have to make sure that we are actually involving the federal government involved. And I think we put a lot on law enforcement because in Daniel's case, and you see the case with LA PD right now, when they put on that desk, and I'm going to say this right here real quick, that was very disrespectful. It would have been better off for that law enforcement officers don't show that disrespect to the Williams family by putting a big old file or whatever they had on the desk to show how many cases they had to go through, like Ashley some kind of way is insignificant. They could have better off been not even done that at all, or even lie and pretend. I won't tell nobody to lie because you know how I feel about the Buckeye Department. I know lied about this first search they did for Daniel. To say, hey, you know what, we got you. Give the family some type of insurance. You know, you don't have to go through the stream and say, here, bam, your child is no better than these or something, you know, and have a big old thick thing. You know, you don't do that to people. Because the only reason why people can do that because they haven't gone through the pain themselves. And I know that for a fact because we already see even on here. We have people who take your pain for their own pleasure, you know. So you do have people with those kind of mentality. And that's in the police department too. Because that whoever that person is should be fired for doing something like that in a vulnerable time for a family to be able to treat them like they're insignificant in some kind of way. So again, I just really want everyone to please pay attention to what's happening. Please support these families if you can, and please share as much as you can because it's very important. Again, I'll say it's very, very, very important that we have people like you that actually sharing these stories. So again, I'm not going to stay on here long. I was hoping to get a couple of questions, but I don't see any. And I'm just going to jump off right now. And it is very rude. You're right, Marielle. It is very rude what happened. But I'm going to take some questions on next Friday because I'm going to do this, every Friday as much as I can. If I skip a Friday, I mean I'm tired because I did a town hall. And a town hall could have been taking a lot out of me because I do a lot in the day as well. And so if I skip a live stream, I'm trying to make it a point to do it every Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's 5:30 p.m. in West Coast. And that's 6:30. I believe 8:30 here, 7:30 Central Time. And if you're in Arizona, that's 6:30, and then 5:30 if you're in California. But don't forget, you guys, to spring your time forward this weekend. So once they spring the time forward, I think California and Arizona would be on the same time zone. So again, when they're on the same time zone, that'll put them 3 hours behind. So Arizona 3 hours behind. So any questions? Thank you, Coco Polka. Polka. Thank you so much, Coco Polka. God bless you too, and thanks so much for that. I really appreciate you. Anybody else? Let me see here. No. Thank you, T and Wildflower, for putting the information out on the chats. Yes, contact me. Please help find that at yahoo.com. Also, like T and Wildflower have there. I also have information if you want to have a tip or think about what happened in my son's case. The tip. If you have a tip to bring Daniel home, you can call the tip line there, 844-602-0660. Or you can text the word tip. That's 24 hours, 7 days a week, live operator to take your call. If you don't want to talk to a live operator or anyone, you can just text the word tip to the number, and you still can remain anonymous if you like. Ignore that recorded in 2023. That was for something else I had. So, but also direct contact like T and Wildflower have there, 803-200-7994. That's my public phone number, 803-200-7994. Please help find Daniel at yahoo.com. Please help find Daniel.com on ways that you can help in Daniel's case. As everybody knows, if you've seen the video I put up on the social media platforms, especially Instagram, today, you see all the things I'm juggling through. Warriors of the Mist, and please help find Daniel, all things Daniel I'm also pushing and trying to grow the Daniel Robinson Foundation. Also pushing this Daniel Robinson's Law. Also running for U.S. Congress. So, and I'm all over the place. In other words, so if you constantly see me say, hey, can you help me here? You can help me there. Can you support me here? Can you support me there? Or I need funding for this. I need funding for that. I need funding. Trust me, it's like several different things. So I'm really trying my best. I'm on the one. Most of the time, I say this on this live stream. I'm a one-man show, meaning that I don't have a lot of help. So most of the time, a lot of things I do is singular. I'm doing it by myself. So it's starting to become that way more so. And it takes me a lot of times to get a few things accomplished. So it's not happening really fast, but I'm doing the best that I can with the circumstances, because I know at the end of the day, everything will pay itself off eventually, because I have that faith in God. And I really know as long as you continue to do the right thing and try to do the right by people, good things will come back. So continue to do so. I ask all of you to do that, to practice those. And lastly, because I'm going to say it, is if you have any beef, it's like I say, or any anger or any strife with your loved ones, I can't tell people to when to let the sun go down. They'll say don't let the sun go down on your wrath, but when to forgive someone or move on from a situation. But I can tell you, a lot of times we know we are going to move away from the situation, right? Eventually we're going to get over it, move on, or whatever the case may be. But if you know for a fact that you love that person and that person's a part of your life, please tell that person you love them as much as you can, even in the midst of your arguments. And when I say in the midst of the argument, they're going to let me fuzz. Oh, you shut up, and I love you now. But no, what I'm saying is, find an opportunity to tell that person you love them. Say, hey, look, no, I won't be able to talk to you right now. I'm a little angry right now. I'm still angry. My nerves, whatever the case may be. But just know I love you. But that's the reason why I'm staying away or something. Just give something. Come tell you, it can come a time, and I'm sure the Williams family can feel that with me, and I know they do. When you don't get to hear your loved one's voice, for instance, and you can't tell that person at the moment that you love them and hear them say it back to you. Because for me, it was 2 days prior to Danny going missing, the last time he was telling me that he loved me, and I tell him that I love him. Then your person become reduced down to old phone call, or phone messages that you save and keep trying to save desperately, and listen to their voice so you don't forget it. You have to look at old videos and play it just to hear that person's voice again, so you don't forget it in your head somehow. So those things, you don't want to wait till something like that happen, and then and then especially with missing American cases, because you're always constantly in a limbo. You just don't know. You don't know if the person's here. They know they're gone. You just don't know. So you're always in that constant state. So so that's amplified and put on that on top of that. So like I said, just don't take it for granted. The Williams family, I was talking today, and you didn't think that something like this would hit home, right? And I don't wish those on nobody ever, but we definitely have 600,000 people go missing every year. 3,000 a day, confidently, I can say at least 3,000 people went missing a day. Over 2,000 of them are children, and 40% of all missing American cases are people of color. Black Americans, we only make 13 to 14% of the population. So this stuff is happening. It's happening. So we can take it for granted. I can't. Some of us just don't know. We just don't know. I just didn't know. Only thing I remember back in the day, seeing a person missing. I didn't know it was that many people. You'll see, oh, there's a person that gone missing. A person. It seemed like it's always be one or something. And then when you start understanding, it's almost like seeing that car. You ever seen a family member or even yourself? You never seen this certain car. As soon as you buy one, or a friend of yours get that car, or then you'll see a whole bunch of them. That's a whole bunch all over the place, right? It's almost like that. You hear about missing person cases, but until you get your own, then you start learning about so much more. So it's almost like that for us. And so again, thank you all for joining in. Again, do not forget about Ashley Williams and the Williams family, to share their story, to look out for Ms. Williams, to help bring her home safely. Because I really believe in that. Like I told the Williams family, we're going to continue to believe that our loved ones gonna come back home safely. Come back home safely. Oh, I think I have some comments here. Thank you, Ms. Williams. I see Ms. Williams in the chat. And I want to put you up before I go, Ms. Williams. Yes, there you go. Thank you so much, David. As we pray for you too, we have shared story with Black and Missing. Oh, that's great. That's great. Was on LAPD page. Also, you have the TV station in LA would not take our story. And that's heartbreaking. That's very heartbreaking. And Ms. Williams, Daniel's, I had to wait. I think it was like 2 weeks before the local news was taken down. So I've been through that. Yeah, you go to them, they would not play the story. It took 2 reporters, Nicole Griggs, her name, and Josh Sanders. Josh Sanders is no longer in Arizona, but he moved away. But I owe it to those two, because what they have done, you'll find someone who actually, reporters would push hard with their producers and finally got it there. And that's sad. That's sad, because that LA, like I said, TV station in LA could have made a bit different. That's local. That's something that most local people are going to sit there and watch before they even watch things like News Nation, for instance, which was huge because it's a national news channel. It's just that, the local channel will get the people who actually are on the ground and see the eyes around the block more so. So that is very unfortunate. And Rains, thank you so much. I'm glad to be working with you. Thank you so much for everything. Getting in with our foundation, coming to work, getting in with our foundation. So I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. I will look for it and share. I'm so sorry for what you are and your loved ones are going through, and I'm sending positively. And I thank you so much, Hope. And I'll be talking to you really soon again. So thank you so much. And Mrs. Williams said we also could not get a press conference from the LAPD. I had to do my own press conferences, and so Ms. Williams, it was the first press conference I had done was in front of the Buckeye Police Department, and that's when I found that it was closed on a Saturday. It was almost like Mayberry; it actually closed. And the second one I had to do in the desert. And you're right. It depends on who you are, where you're from, and how you look, where you get things like that from the police department. And I hate to say that, but it seemed to be true, because when you say that, most police department, especially the chief of police, who's concerned, would make it a point. Even if we have one. His name is Sheriff Leon Lott. He's Columbia, South Carolina sheriff, right? Richland County. And he's good at that. He's good at, they should get an example from him, for instance. He's good at that. He would, if he wants to, he'll have a press conference, a little short one. And if he have multiple persons to talk about, for instance, he could do them all up on the screen and go through each one of them, do something to show families that you actually care about their loved one, and help get the information out. And when people hear from law enforcement, they tend to act a little more. So that is very disheartening. Like I said, we had the same thing. We're not one time. One thing that's also this make me angry is the fact that was out there in the desert finding human remains. Law enforcement was calling them human remains. We just kept count. We got up to 7 human remains, of course, with law enforcement, the Buckeye Police Department, who falsified crime statistics before and got in trouble, brought it down to 2 human remains, even though we know it was 7. And what I'm saying is, not one time did and also I solved the case for the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office then out there in the desert. Not one time did they had a press conference, like you said. Not one time did the city managers even say thank you. The mayor of the city, thank you, Mr. Robinson, for finding people's loved ones, for instance, in your searches. And so he's not afforded any of that, So it depends on who you are, where you're from, because we see what happened in the Galtrey case, for instance. Press conference after press conference, you see the chief of police or sheriff, or whatever he is, in that county, crying, showing real care, And we can't even get that. You can't get that within, and Ms. Williams, I hope you don't mind. And a lot of people kind of, I won't say a lot of people do. I assume a lot of people would think that it's some type of way bashing something. I'm not bashing. I would never do that. Matter of fact, I have a law enforcement family member, for one thing, my stepbrother as well. He's a retired detective. I have Mr. Larnell Farmer, who does tremendous work with me. He's part of my foundation as well, who's former law enforcement. So I'm 100% not about defunding police, not about, we need police, first of all. We need the one, but I'm a person that would speak out against corruption, laziness, and things like that. When it comes to law enforcement, not doing the right thing. I don't reward failure or things that not been doing right in law enforcement. So of course I'm gonna call it out, especially when it's cases like your daughter and my son. We have to advocate for them. We have to speak things out as the truth, the things that we see on the ground, because a lot of times things will be covered up and written a certain way. That's why, Ms. Williams, I'm glad you all can get that FOIA request that we talked about, because that's how you can find out what has been done and what haven't been done. Because a lot of times law enforcement will put things in a report or tell the public one thing, and in real time on the ground, it was never so. So we definitely want to make sure that happened. But yes, I'm sorry that you had to go through. And you says, oh, thank you so much, and I really appreciate it. Thank you too. Ms. Williams says, please share everyone. Missing people's story. Just like, Ms. Williams, I want to commend you and your husband. I know the pain. I went on your page to get Ashley's information that I shared tonight, and I saw you shared one of Daniel's, the post I put up for Daniel. And I see that, and I heard what you told me today about us, working together and things like that. And so I tell people often that it's just like I did when I was in the desert. Same thing. We have our pains, but somehow the humanity that's there will do everything to help other families too. We just don't bury ourselves in our pain and just stop and don't do anything. We try to help other people along the way. That is strength. I've seen that with the Petito family, who had the Petito Foundation going on. Derek and Natalie from the Black and Missing Foundation, who've been doing that. I've seen the Missing Struggle, Katrina Overstreet, who's out there helping with families with her missing sister and other loved ones. So we take our pain and turn it into purpose while we're still searching for our missing loved one. And so that is amazing to me. That's an amazing testament to the power of people. When we share, we have a common thing that we know what we're going through. We kind of forget about things like that. So I just want to highlight that for a moment, because that's really important. I really heard you, and I really thank you so much, you and your husband, for really doing what you can to help us as well, not just yourself, but helping our family. And so I really appreciate that. You said Maria Hughes is the only one who took interest in our daughter's case and reported it multiple times. So yes, you will find that one person that will actually make things happen. And like I said, I can't forget the ones we have as well. That have Nicole Griggs and Josh Sanders. So you guys look them up. And those two people was the first ones that gave Daniel a shot. Without that happening, I really believe. I'm gonna push hard as a father. I'm gonna go all out. That is me. We all love our children, but I'm a person that don't like to take no for answers. I'm gonna keep pushing. But what I'm saying is, it would have been harder if Nicole Griggs and Josh Sanders did not take Daniel's case. I'm telling you, those two people gave the case a break. And also, we know in your case, Mrs. Williams, Marie Hughes, help. And that's what we need. We need people who actually can see what's going on and do something. We also contacted the mayor of LA, but as a matter of fact, Ms. Williams, I don't know if I can, you wanted to try to come on real quick and talk. I could bring you on the screen. If you do, you can give me a thumbs up and say, yes, if you'd like to come on real quick. I can do that before I jump off. If not, we'll go ahead and, like we said today, we could schedule and you come on another time, you and your husband. So, but you said we also contacted the mayor of LA, but the mayor could not help us. And the mayor is in charge of the police department. So the mayor could have helped. In fact, I was able to get Mayor Wood of the TNP Police Department to agree to a meeting where we was able to get the push for that forensics I wanted on Daniel's cell phone and all these other electronics we found in the desert and everything in his house, right? And so I was able to get that accomplished. And so America can do a lot. America can do a lot. They can direct law enforcement to do whatever they need to be done. So I really can't say the mayor can't do anything. They can help if they want to. Also, LAPD would not put a search party out. Would not put a search party out to look for our daughter. Wow. Yes, and so a lot of families end up in that position where we had to go look for ourselves. And again, Ms. Williams and Mrs. Williams, you and your husband and I talked about the financial cost of moving around, the private investigators who have to travel across to go do things yourself. I heard your husband on the News Nation say, "Oh yeah, we definitely gonna be back out there again." But you know how much that is cost the travel because family can't rely on law enforcement to act, and we have to go do those things ourselves, and that's sad to say as well. But we're gonna get past this. We're gonna get past this, and there's gonna be some things. Like I said again, my goal is to always keep those things in mind. I'll make it to Congress one day. I promise you guys, there's gonna be a lot of scope looking at a lot of these things and see what I can do legislative wise, federal wise. I know every state have their own laws and things like that. I get it, but what we can do to kind of leverage and put some things in place to help families. I mean, because this is ridiculous. From the federal side, the marshals, for instance, there's a lot of ways you can get some things done. So we'll look at all of that. Thank you so much, Gene O'Run. I really appreciate you. T.Y. Flower, thank you so much. Every family deserves the same amount of attention for their missing loved one. It's awful that the media is searching for the next big story. Yes, everyone is big. Everyone is big in the lives of their loved ones. Yes, and you're right. And I want you guys. So I'm glad you brought that point up, T.Y. Flower. Please, you guys, when you're sharing Ashley's story, you're sharing Daniel's story, anyone's story. Please don't allow. I get it. We have content creators. We have true crime content creator who gave. I'll be on the true crime community was a hero in Daniel's case, right? What I'm saying is, I get it. Everybody need that thing, but for the family, we don't need that thing. What we need is the information being put out there, how someone can help, right? Because what happens is a lot of times, like the news organizations like T and Wildflower say, sensationalizing the case do not help. It do not help. It might sound good. It kind of helps with some people because people get interested in things that sensationalized. But we need details. We need information. We need action. We just need action. And so that's what's important. So you guys can keep that in mind. How sensationalizing the case can harm somewhat. It's not total harm because, like I said, some people need that to gain interest in something. But what I'm saying is definitely the details and the correct information is important in these cases. So again, they look for the next best thing. And when the lights and cameras go off, I will still be here. When I wrote that, I saw it before it even happened. I wrote that well before Daniel's story was high on that national platform. I wrote that when I foresaw that, yeah, I could see because I'm pushing really hard. I could see that Daniel's story making on a national platform. But what happened when the cameras run dry? When they walk away and they look for that new story, as T and Wildflower pointed out, they move on. The media move on. They move on because we have 600,000 Americans go missing every year. They'll move on. Something that is new, that can catch the eye for the moment, and then it dies off, right? That's when people like yourself come in, when you continue that story going on. It is almost 5 years that Daniel been missing, and you all are still sharing Daniel's story, and I really appreciate you because without it, his case would go cold. I was telling the Williams family, if you can do that for her as well, their family, is make those phone calls. Call the LAPD and ask for Ashley. Ask for about her case. Like the family told today, ask for a FOIA request. Start asking FOIA requests for all these missing American cases. Just send it for, that's a Freedom of Information Act that everyone can get information, whatever law enforcement they can give, because sometimes with this, they'll say, they have a investigation going on. Of course, they would not release certain things, but for that FOIA request, they can redact some things like we see with the Epstein file. They can send those things have to be put out, right? There's a Freedom of Information Act. You can go out and ask for this information. And when you do that, you help the family, because then they have to go look for the information for that person, right? Because then they put that person back on their radar. Like, what are y'all doing? And then you can look through and say, hey, haven't y'all done this? And you call them back. Why y'all haven't gone look at this direction in this case here, And I say that with the family because that's what I do with Daniel's case is looking. Right now I'm waiting on the newest FOIA request I put in a couple weeks ago now. They have the way law enforcement work as well. It's generally 30 days, but they have a leeway. But the way where most FOIA requests are written is that there's a reasonable amount of time for them to have those things out to you that you ask for, because they have to go through the redactions and everything else they feel they need to do first, right? And so again, those things are important. Let's see, Jen, thanks so much for being here. Please like, share, so on the live we get out. Yes, thank you, and hit that like button, everyone. Like she said, share, and also a comment. It helps. If you're watching, you can put a thumbs up or a waving thing, or put some kind of mark or something that help the algorithm as well, that you are participating in the live, and that helps as well. So I think I'm done here, and I really appreciate everyone to be here, but the family will. That's right, Ms. Williams. Not fair indifference in coverage, though, makes me sad. It really does. It really does. And I'm not going to get on the soapbox today about the Guthrie case. It just that it's so painful, the parallels and the differences. And I really get painful to hear the Williams family going through these same exact things. And, it's like reliving it again. Saw her name is Myrna Hughes. Myrna. Yes. Myrna had did Daniel's case as well. Yes. Matter of fact, that was the break off of that Missing America segment that she was doing. They started off with my son's case with that. They spent a couple days out there in the Sonoran Desert with me. And it started at Missing America. I think it was doing like weekly or something to that effect. But yes, I know her very well. Yes, yes, on the interview there. Also, even help us. Yes, thank you. Yes, you said we are here to help and do whatever we can. You are not alone, and that's what I'm talking about with families. And I smile because we all are part of this thing, and we do look out for each other. So that's very important. And Team Wildflower, we need each other to share, and then share again. Yes, thank you. I don't see anything else on the Instagram side. Okay. National Park, Mommy, thanks so much for being here. Forget Me Not, thanks so much for being here. Fit Queen, thanks so much. Indy, Lynn, thanks so much for being here. Annette, thanks so much for being here. Emily, thank you. Kay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Everyone, thank you, Mrs. Williams. My love and go to you and your family. I'm definitely here for you, for Ashley. I look forward to having you all on this live stream. And you all, please, look out for that, because I give you heads up. I'm doing this every Friday, but the Williams family, they may come on any day that's more convenient for them. I will give you a heads up, and I hope you all can join in. And please listen to them, and so you can help them find Ashley to bring her home. Also, I want some other families to come. If you have a missing loved one, you want to come on screen as well. Please hit me up. Like I said, the information I'll put it on here again. How you can contact me, and I want to be able to do that again. I know running for office and all the things I was telling you all was kind of keeping me from doing things like this, but I'm trying to find my rhythm again to be able to try to stay on top of everything. But I know it's important. This is very important to make sure that we can at least share. Like T and Wildflower said, share, and then share again. That's what we have to do. It's the most powerful tool we have when it comes to missing American cases. When the law enforcement slow down, when the media also slow down, word of mouth is bigger than anything. And so when you guys are telling each others our stories, our loved one's story, it goes a long way and it helps. So lastly, have you heard, thank you, Jen, no run, thanks so much. Have you heard of a platform, Kick? Maybe you could do a stream like you're doing with Facebook and Instagram with Instagram to spread the word. I'm not sure. I'm using StreamYard. If you're familiar with StreamYard, StreamYard's what it does for me is put me on Instagram, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. So that's the platforms I'm using right now to try to hit all the platforms at one time, except for TikTok. I wish it was there as well. But so again, thank you all. I hope you have a blessed night. Ms. Williams, Mr. Williams, my prayers for you. Everyone, thank you so much again. And God bless you all. And we'll talk soon. So take care of yourselves.